Hey guys, Xseed McKenna here, and it's just starting to turn night. I'll show you what I did in my previous video. If you haven't seen that, I just posted it literally about a second ago. So it was just posted. Not sure when you guys will be able to see that. Feel free to subscribe, leave comments, do whatever when you feel like it, because I really don't care. So what we did in the last video was I gave you guys a tour of my Camp Half-Blood. I started over there in the swamp. We're kind of over by where that brown sheep is, and then I showed you guys around my glorious Camp Half-Blood, and over there, built into the mountain, Bunker 9, and then there's my Council of Cloven Elders. I have not solved this problem of them getting out because I don't want to while they're in there. But I was correct in saying that they would spend their time in the Hypnos cabin. Let's check that. Yes, they will be spending their these are my original Cloven Elders, and they will be spending the day in here. Or not, they can just kind of roam around. Ooh, the Aphrodite cabin. I may need to fix that with a fence gate. But they can get into pretty much nowhere else, because this is my Aries cabin. It's double sealed. It's got fence gate, and then on the inside it's got piston doors. Yeah, there's nowhere else for them to really get into. Yeah, because here is fenced off, and then even if I had a door on the original, on the Bunker 9, then they wouldn't they would have spent their day there. But I need to keep this pig inside and on his little leash. So what I think I'm going to do is I have a lead here in my inventory, and you come over here, piggy pigs. Yes, I just called him Piggy Pigs. That's not his actual name if I remember right, but we're just gonna kind of pull him out here into the water, and he's gonna get to go swimming. So we're just gonna put his fence there, and then we're going to attach him over here in the pool, so he won't be escaping over that way anymore. But I kind of want you in the pool, pigs. Then again, I don't want you drowning, because you are the pet of the Demeter children, not the official pet. Oh, stop drowning, stop this, go back in. Alright, just let me get some grass here for you to walk around on, buddy. And I have spent a good long while in this world. I've explored pretty much the entirety of it, except for those two bottom corners and that tiny little piece of the top corner. But now this pig will be staying right here in this little grass area that I've built for him. So he'll be staying there, and he'll have grass. I should probably get him some carrots. That's a potato. What am I doing? Let's do more over this way just for his carrots. No. Get off. He knows what I have. We're gonna throw that in the ocean. And I can go out a few more blocks over here for him to walk around on and not walk on all of his karates. So that should be good for him. And I'm just gonna move along now. So, I've mentioned in my previous video that this says, "Welcome. No stealing, Hermes Cabin," and the message behind the Hermes Cabin bit is, "I'm looking at you, you pile of thieves," because that's essentially the Hermes Cabin. They're children of the god of thieves and messenger god. So I think we need to build them a treehouse. Literally a treehouse. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab, I would start with a sapling, but I don't want to because I want to hand build it. So in case of I break any leaves, I can still, you know, build on it. And I'm gonna grab a little bit of brown wool, and then we're gonna build it. So we're gonna kind of build it in an area where I haven't kind of built, which would ideally be over here, but it's really far away from the camp, and I don't really want any of my things over here to despawn. Even though I don't care about these stable horses, because they are not named, and my lunar will never despawn. I'm worried about my prisoners and my ward, who's in here somewhere. Is he not? Did he already despawn? Nope, he's staring at his cake, and the cake is alive, sir. So what I want to do is I want to build it kind of over out on the water. Before you guys tell me that it's stupid to build it up this high, there will be a ladder. So calm down. And then I'm going to proceed to use the brown wool. To build a 3x3 area, and then just build around it. So that would be big enough if it were a normal cabin, but you all know how big the Hermes Cabin is, and I'm going to have to extend it 3 blocks out on the other side. So when I get over here, on every side actually. So I'm just gonna kind of go over here, build out 3 blocks. There we go. And since I'm already building out 3 blocks here, I will definitely remember to be building out 3 blocks. And just add in my corners. Yeah, I think that'll be big enough. Yeah, that's definitely going to be big enough, and I'm going to need to put down some glowstone, maybe. But there's our entrance into the treehouse, and so now it's time to put down the leaves. And these, yes, they changed just then, but it's only because we entered the desert. So right here is about where the desert directly ends, and then here is kind of where there's a line between the biomes. So I think it's wonderful to know that there actually is a little bit of a transition between the two biomes. And then the leaves get darker because it's more lush and green in this part of the biome. Don't need my screen going dark there. So leave questions. I'm going to try and start a series where I'm trying to think of a day, probably Saturday or Sunday, I answer questions. And I think I'll probably do one of those videos on Saturday. Yeah. Because that is what, and you can leave questions for me or Rainbow Dragon. And since my brother hardly ever appears on my channel, I don't think you need to leave questions for him, but you can if you feel like it. So you can ask me any question as long as it isn't super personal. Ask me or Rainbow Dragon any question to help you better your knowledge on how we work. So every Saturday I will be attempting to answer questions with Rainbow Dragon if possible. If not on Saturday, then on Sunday. And if nobody ever leaves me any questions, then I will be very sad and I will probably give up on my dreams. I'm just gonna go into fly mode here so I can stop falling. These are a little bit discolored, but it will not bother me because I can't help but blame it on the biomes. The cursing biomes. I wonder if I place the leaf here. Okay, so if I place leaves here, then here, and then there, and there. Yeah, so they'll start changing here about. So this is still technically not the desert. So I'm just gonna kind of leave that border leaves, those borders there. and then there's the desert. So that's kind of where the desert has no end or beginning. So back up to my tree house here. I think it looks really good. It kind of looks like a giant tree. So it looks like it could belong, yes. Maybe not in a real life society because, hey, trees aren't this perfectly sculpted, but in Minecraft it could probably pass for a ginormous tree that just happened to have itself planted here. And I was going to originally do a pyramid roof, but I realized that'd be kind of weird for a tree. So I'm going to do a flatter roof. And break that and that. Sure, it might get a little trippy in there because looking outside, blurg. But if I break a block, oh hey, I can see my statues. Now is one of those times when I wish I really wish I had stained glass, because especially for the Hypnos cabin, because I wanted to do walls of glass, but I don't have stained glass, so I couldn't do black stained glass, so it would look like basically the theme for the Hypnos cabinet is night, because they're the children of the god of sleep, and they sleep a lot. It's hard to wake them up when once they're asleep, as we all know with Clovis. And if you've never read the Percy Jackson series before, two things. One, you're a horrible person. Not really. And two, Clovis is a child of the god Hypnos, and he's very useful for information, especially with Annabeth, because Annabeth really loves information. But Clovis has a tendency to start falling asleep during his conversations with Annabeth and whoever else it is she's with at the moment. So he's starting to fall asleep, but she can keep him awake because Annabeth is a little bit bossy, I'm not gonna lie. She's a little bossy, but that's a good thing because she can keep Clovis awake. So he will collapse pretty much about a few times during conversations, and it's just really annoying. I think for the Hermes cabin, I might have to break out my sleeping bag trick to fill the center of the room. So the sleeping bag trick is basically what you're going to need is red and white carpet. So put down a layer of white carpet, not at the corners, because then the beds will clash for the sleeping bags. So there should be at least 2 from the edge, or there should be at least a 4-block gap. And then what you want to do is just place down the red carpet, and it looks like a Minecraft bed, just a little bit washed out. That is the entire point. And see, I don't do corners because it looks like there needs to be a carpet here, and it drives me mad. But these are really good, especially when it looks like you have need to make a ton of beds. And then it just looks aesthetically pleasing. Oh, okay, I'll throw down the ladder. And some glowstone for that matter. There, and then just and then kind of place that at random. And then from far away it looks like a tree, except for the fact that some of the branches have glowstone, but we can ignore that fact. And wonderful, my computer is about to die. So that's the Hermes cabin. And before you go to yell at me about the fact that they need chests, no they don't, because they're children of the god of thieves. So, thank you all for watching. Don't look at me. I will see you in the next episode I do, whenever that happens to be. Which will, again, most likely be on my birthday. So, see you guys next time. Bye!